It honestly feels like we are living in the golden age of high-quality B-roll footage right now. Just 10 years ago, getting on-brand cinematic supplemental footage was a huge logistical nightmare. That process meant renting expensive gear and scheduling a full-day shoot at dawn. You also had to pray that the natural light cooperated perfectly throughout the entire day. Today, you can pull together gorgeous, usable B-roll footage without ever touching a camera. This shift allows you to spend your valuable energy focusing purely on the storytelling itself. However, making AI-generated content truly feel like it belongs to your brand still requires a little bit of direction. If you've ever been genuinely excited by generative tools like Midjourney, only to feel let down by the output, you're not alone. The images and videos these platforms generate can be stunningly beautiful works of art, but crafting good prompts alone rarely nails the perfect vibe, pacing, or overall usefulness for a marketing video. If you also juggle 5 different creative apps and wonder if a single workflow exists, this guide is absolutely for you. I am approaching this from the trenches, dealing with real-world creator workflows and tight deadlines every single day. I want to show you a simple, repeatable way to get beautiful B-roll and then turn it into social-ready clips. We are focusing on one platform that completely solves the exhausting distribution headache, Vizard. For this example, we are creating B-roll for Bloom, which is a seasonal flower line our team actively manages. Saruchi will be on camera discussing our new sunflower bouquets for the season. The problem is, we do not actually have the physical footage of bouquets that perfectly match our specific brand look yet. So the next logical step is to synthesize that perfect footage for us. Step 1 in this process is dedicated to clear ideation and defining our visual style. You absolutely must treat this phase as if you were a seasoned film director would. Mood is paramount. The color palette, the lighting style, the composition and texture must all remain consistent. I personally like to collect about 6 to 10 reference photos from previous shoots we've done. These references might include natural light close-ups or wide shots of a flower meadow. I also gather shots of hands arranging flowers beautifully upon a rustic wooden table for texture. Then I assemble all of those into one quick single mood board to serve as our reference. If your company has established brand color palettes or a formal lookbook, make sure you include those elements too. We begin the actual generation process inside Midjourney for creating our initial images. The new video features in these tools are incredibly exciting for creators. But what makes them truly useful is thinking like a filmmaker. When you are writing your text prompts, do not just type sunflowers. Instead, describe the specific camera framing you want to see. You should also describe the lens vibe you are aiming for, the desired motion, and the overall emotion captured. Finally, tack your Save Mood board code onto the end to ensure stylistic consistency across every single shot. For example, think through each shot individually, like a director planning a scene. Imagine a wide establishing shot of sunflowers swaying gently under a bright blue sky. Or picture a tight close-up of a florist's hand delicately weaving stems together on that worn wooden table. Consider also a medium shot of a finished bouquet, held professionally against a soft, pastel seamless backdrop. Generate a few different options for each of those planned shots to give yourself choices. Once you've picked the very best one, use the upscale feature to increase the final resolution. You need that high resolution before you move on to the animating stage. Now comes the most fun part, utilizing the built-in animation feature within the generative platform. This is the moment where those perfectly still images actually start behaving like professional B-roll footage. You generally have both auto and manual modes available for controlling the motion within the clip. There are also 2 distinct levels of motion intensity, low for subtle shifts and high for dramatic camera movement. The auto setting is typically good for making only very small, minor tweaks to the clip, but the manual mode gives you the power to specifically call out exact camera moves like a real cinematographer. For that wide sunflower field establishing shot, try manual low with a slow, gentle camera pan. Combine that with a very gentle, natural sway applied to the flowers themselves for added realism. For the florist arranging the bouquet, use manual high mode to give it an intimate handheld feel. The shot featuring the bouquet against the seamless backdrop should use manual low with a static camera. Add just a slight, barely perceptible hand pull to that static shot to make it feel more professional. Here is a pro tip for creating supernatural object entrances in your edits. Animate the hand, pulling the bouquet completely off frame, and then simply reverse that resulting clip in your editor. The resulting effect looks exactly like the hand is organically placing the bouquet right into the frame for the viewer. Once you have your perfectly animated clips, the very next step is focusing on the absolute quality. AI-generated GIFs and heavily compressed clips can often end up looking quite soft and blurry. I personally rely on Topaz Video AI for the final upscaling process to get professional-grade footage. When you need crisp, timeline-ready footage, this tool is a remarkably fast and reliable choice. Be sure to select the enhancement model that best fits the specific needs of the footage you're working on. The Proteus model is a fantastic general-purpose enhancer that works well for most use cases. Also, do not shy away from adding a small touch of digital film grain to help make everything feel more organic. Export the final clip at your timeline's native frame rate and resolution for the best match. You will end up with clips that sit seamlessly right alongside any actual camera footage you have. At this point, you have a set of brand-matching B-roll clips that look exceptionally polished. But this is the exact stage where most production teams end up stumbling or getting stuck. They might have shot a long interview, a detailed product demo, or an informative talk session. Now they face the daunting task of needing dozens of unique social clips from that single, long master file. That challenge of repurposing is precisely where the platform called Vizard really starts to shine for you. Most visual creation tools focus only on managing the raw pixels of your video content. Vizard, however, handles the entire content lifecycle from start to finish. This includes finding the best moments, optimizing them into short clips, scheduling them, and then finally publishing them. Instead of manually trimming and guessing what will perform best on TikTok versus Instagram, you can use an intelligent system. Vizard's auto-editing viral clips feature intelligently finds those high-engagement moments inside your long-form video. It then generates ready-to-post assets that are already optimized for various platforms. The system looks for pacing shifts, vocal emphasis, emotional spikes, and other natural hooks that drive social performance. It creates multiple clip versions, allowing you to easily A/B test formats and captions without the usual editing marathon. Let's walk through a practical workflow that combines every step we just discussed. The first step is to import your original long-form master video file directly into the Vizard project. While Vizard is diligently analyzing the video and surfacing clip suggestions, you should import your AI B-roll too. Now, instead of trying to guess the exact perfect spot for supplemental visuals, let Vizard surface those moments for you. Perhaps it flags a line where Sarucci mentions how flowers change a room's entire feeling. Vizard might suggest a 10-second cut that would perfectly illustrate that specific statement. You can easily drop in that wide animated sunflower shot as an illustrative overlay on top of the interview. Alternatively, you can intercut with that close-up of the florist's hand, carefully arranging the bouquet. Vizard is designed to keep the entire creative process incredibly intuitive and user-friendly. You simply drag and drop your preferred B-roll into the suggested clips area on the screen. The platform automatically keeps track of timing constraints and the specific social media specifications for you. Another massive element that saves you significant time is the integrated scheduling feature. Once you have a solid stack of ready-to-post clips, use the auto-schedule function right away. You just tell the system exactly how many posts you want per week and during which preferred time windows. It will then automatically stagger and queue all of your clips across the required publishing pipeline. Say goodbye to those frustrating calendar spreadsheets or manually uploading content at inconvenient hours. The content calendar feature acts as the vital third piece of this operational trifecta. It's a single pane where you can preview every upcoming post before it goes live. You can instantly tweak captions, move a specific clip to a different scheduled date, or swap out creative variants. This whole experience truly feels like having a calm, organized assistant who knows your exact brand voice. It also understands your preferred posting cadence and frequency requirements perfectly. Now, I want to be clear that Vizard doesn't claim to replace every single best-in-class creative tool you use. Midjourney excels at giving you those magical, highly stylized visuals and creative variations, and Topaz provides that critical pixel-level confidence whenever you need to blow up a clip for a true 4K timeline. But both of those external tools are inherently single-purpose in their function. They both require you to manually stitch together every single step of the entire process yourself. That necessary fragmentation across multiple apps is exactly what creates massive friction for already stretched thin creators. Vizard is not a pixel manipulator in the way Midjourney is. It also won't perform those miracle upscales that give you zero-loss fidelity like Topaz can. What Vizard will do is take your long-form video content and easily identify the true social gold inside it. It lets you pair that gold with the exact B-roll you produced, then publishes it on schedule with minimal effort. Let's look at a few honest comparisons against other similar social clip generation platforms. Many of those other tools charge you a significant premium for every single additional channel you want to post to. They also frequently cap the total number of exports, which makes scaling very expensive for growing brands. Some of the competing tools are overly reliant on rigid templates, making everything feel cookie-cutter. Clips that feel too templated dramatically kill audience engagement because they lack authenticity. Furthermore, many standalone calendar management tools become clunky when pushing different formats to different sites. In my own experience, Vizard manages to hit that perfect middle ground between automation and quality. It delivers those smart, automated edits that genuinely still feel like they were handcrafted by a person. It provides affordable scaling options and features a calendar that truly respects platform variations. Here is one final crucial workflow tip to tie this entire system together effectively. Always keep a dedicated assets folder containing your brand mood boards and color codes ready to go. Include a library of all your favorite B-roll clips in there too, both the real shot and the AI-generated ones. When you initiate any new Vizard project, import that entire branded assets folder first. This ensures that every single generated clip immediately has your essential brand DNA baked right into it. Doing this upfront saves you valuable time during the process and keeps your entire content feed perfectly consistent. So yes, creating beautiful brand-aligned B-roll is easier than it has ever been before thanks to these new models. But the real game-changing multiplier is using a platform that understands content needs editing, optimization, and distribution. Use Midjourney for the initial ideation and the animation steps, followed by Topaz to handle the final polish. Then bring all those polished assets into Vizard to turn your long-form master into a pipeline of short, viral-ready content. This entire system is scheduled within a content calendar that finally makes logical sense to use. If you want to stop trading endless hours just to produce a few social posts, you need to scale your presence. Try treating this whole process as one single unified workflow. Ideate, generate, polish, edit, and then publish. This approach keeps your core creativity front and center while pushing unnecessary bureaucracy out of the way. When you can move this quickly, you gain the ability to experiment much more often. You can iterate faster on what is actually working for your audience and grow without immediately burning out. All right, that concludes this efficient new method for creators today. It takes a little bit of director thinking, a couple of smart AI tricks, and Vizard to manage the essential downstream work. We will see you in the next video with another powerful workflow designed to save you time and keep your content looking absolutely sharp.